my first day on set, I was with Bhaskar Patel, who plays Rishi. It was the first time I'd seen him since the screen test audition, so I was very nervous. It was the start of the Manpreet Rishi love affair. I mean, people have likened that to, you know, Bogart and Bergman and Taylor and Burton, so there you go. Rishi, so the story goes that Rishi was turned up to his well-man check, expecting to find Dr. Liam in the surgery, but instead he found the woman of his dreams. Wearing some latex gloves. So there you go. The rest is history. You know, we played the comedy and the embarrassment of the situation to great effect, I think, and it really settled my nerves. Being in Emmerdale has changed my life. Of course it has. I mean, not least because, I mean, I'm going to be very flippant here, but I suppose it gives me an opportunity to wear some fantastic dresses on a red carpet every so often, you know. But seriously, yes, I mean, life as an actor, I suppose every job has the potential to change your life. It's a very transitory existence, it's very nomadic, you know, I could be working abroad 1 minute, you know, for 2 months, and then in a studio doing an advert for a couple of days, you know, doing theatre with different companies, so getting to know and meet various people. But I suppose being a regular in Emmerdale has given me the opportunity to set down some roots, professionally speaking, and it's given me some stability, which is hard to come by in this profession. I mean, once a charmer, always a charmer. It's where I started. It's where Manpreet started with Rishi and the family. So there's a shared connection, a shared history, and we're all very good friends outside of work as well. That little pocket of people. So I think if I was to ever return to the fold, I'd be welcomed with open arms. When I heard that Charles and Ethan would be joining the cast, Kevin and Emile, I was very excited but also quite nervous because, of course, that would throw focus on Manpreet. But again, I think it was an opportunity, I saw it as an opportunity to flesh out the character, explore her backstory, again, which makes her more interesting and just, you know, layers her up and gives her a lot more to do, a lot more to say. It gives the audience more of an insight into her character. Oh, and also, of course, because it's a love interest with Charles, I was very excited about that. But my husband was less so. My husband was less excited about that. I love working with Kevin and Emile. We have such fun together. I'm forever giving Kevin notes. Which he makes fun of me all the time because I know I'm quite sort of I do think about the scenes afterwards as well, and I get slightly obsessed, you know. So I'm always ringing him up, going, Kevin, that scene, how did it go? You know. So I think he puts up with a lot with me, and I just flirt with Emile all the time. So that's great fun. Of course, Manpreet is a GP. My father is a GP, and my mother is a children's nurse. So, although I was absolutely terrible at science, and there was no chance that I would be going into medicine from school, I am aware of the world of medicine. You know, I suppose when I first started for that well-man check, that famous well-man check, I did ask my dad how to do a blood pressure and, you know, urine samples and things like that. So not that I needed it, but, you know, just in case. And I think I've managed to, you know, over the years, I think I've managed to convince people that I know what I'm doing. There's a lot of this. I don't know. There's a lot of this and a lot of sort of counting and feeling pulses and sort of with a faraway look in my eye, going like that. You know. So obviously Survival Week was epic. I was excited and nervous in equal measure about being involved so heavily in that story, I have very strong memories of, well, being soaked to the bone for most of it, drenched, dirty, wet, cold. But I mean, it was amazing. We went to some fantastic locations, in North Yorkshire, all around, which I've since taken my children back to visit. Abseiling, I did abseiling. I threw myself into the Whitewater Rapids. It was something totally out of my comfort zone, and I absolutely loved it. And I was with a fantastic bunch of people as well, and it felt like we were creating our own little drama, and it felt like we were creating something really quite special, which as an actor is all you want, really.
Do you have a good doctor?
In terms of funny stories, when we've been filming over the years, I mean, most of them involve Basker, because he's just so funny. So there was one time when I'll set the scene for you, we were in the village, in the high street. There was a showdown between Manpreet, Charles, Ethan and Rishi. It's the time when Rishi finds out that his wife isn't quite the woman he thought she was, that she's had this relationship in the past with Charles and Ethan. So as you can imagine, it was very heightened, highly charged, emotional, tense. And Basker had this a car key in his hand. He was clutching at the car key in his hand. And during one of my moving, tearful monologues, he accidentally clicks the unlock button on the car. So I'm sort of, I'm giving it my all, and I hear this ka-ching ching. I had to cue side-splitting laughter. And it just kept doing it. And then Ethan and then Emil was doing it, sort of angry. You left me and all this. And it's like, again, it just happens again. Ching ching. I'm just like, Basker, please.
Our marriage was more of a sham than I thought. I might as well sue you for every penny.
What can I say about the Mina serial killer storyline? I mean, it was just awesome to be part of, Every week I would receive a script and I'd read it avidly and I'd think, what else could possibly happen? And then again, I'd receive a script and the story would just be trumped each time, with its outlandishness. I love how Emmerdale was so fearless in that respect. It just threw everything. The writers, the producers, they just went with it. And obviously, Paige, being who she is and the fantastic actress that she is, just lived up to the story and to the epic nature of it. And I just went along for the ride, and it was fantastic. Something I'll never forget. And of course, I've made a lifelong friend in Paige. So I think the favourite Emmerdale storyline that I haven't been involved in, I really enjoyed The Big Night Out. Because it was full of beautiful people. It was young, it was sexy, it was vibrant, it was stylish, it had everything. Obviously it blew open the Maya and Jacob story, which was huge. It had, assault, betrayal, affairs, some dodgy disco dancing. It was very, very stylishly done. I'm not sure whether Manpreet would fit in actually, but I'm sure I could have shoehorned her in somehow. What makes Emmerdale stand out from other soaps, I think there's a few things. So firstly, I think we've got a very strong, approachable management, which really helps. And I think we've got a very talented cast. And also I think we've got, the village is just provides such an idyllic setting as a backdrop for all the stories. It's almost as if it's a character in itself, another cast member. So we're very lucky.